You are now tuned in to the motherfucking Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio. You ready?
Dub T, motherfucking dub, ho.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl Claudia Renee on your airwaves, and this is episode 111. So weird.
111.
111.
111.
I jinxed myself because I was like, I'm gonna have a hard time saying that on the episode.
And you did.
And I did. Hello, everybody, and
What's
welcome.
Up?
If you guys are tuning in on Spotify, SoundCloud, all that, then you guys hear me. But some of you that can see me see that I'm not by myself. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody real quick so that we can get this awesome, amazing episode started. My right, I have Mighty Sunshine back.
Hello.
Marty.
And then I have Hav in the building. One time. Then we have Matt in the building, our first timer.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome to the family.
We are very
Welcome.
happy to have everybody here. I appreciate everybody for being here tonight. Could have been anywhere in the world,
But we here.
but you're here with me.
Could have
On
been in
this
the gym
Dutchie
right now,
Saturday.
Javier.
Yeah, we could have been in the gym.
For real. Okay, so first I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, His and Hers Hair Studio, MIA. Ladies, if you need your haircut and all that good stuff, just make sure that you hit up the good folks at His and Hers Hair Studio, MIA. So I'm going to start the episode like I start each and every single episode by asking everybody what they are grateful for. So
Bam.
Matt, what are you grateful for this week?
So for the first time here in the episode, I go first. I love it.
That's how it goes
All right,
here.
so what I'm grateful for is probably my whole family.
Aw.
My family, my friends.
There you
That's
go.
one thing I pretty much always grateful for, always having good friends around me. With friends, I'm more of close friends. I have a lot of acquaintances, but very few close friends who I call brothers and sisters. And with my family, I'm always there for my family no matter what. They're blood. They're always going to be there for me, and I'm always going to be there for them every day.
That's a fact.
And
Amen.
For real.
Preach.
I'm a family person. I'm always there for my family, and they are there for me too. And same goes to my friends, my close friends.
Yay.
Nice.
Family is
people.
always the best thing to be grateful for.
Mhm.
They're so awesome. Hav, what are you grateful for this
I'm
week?
grateful for I'm finally on the episode with my dog. Man.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
They
What's
thought it
up?
was beef. There's no beef. I know y'all was trying to make that
Or
a
is there?
trend.
Or is there? He said someone was trying to make it a trend.
They were trying to make it a thing. No, yeah.
So
but-
you're grateful to be on an episode with Marty?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? It's cool to.
Yo, the
to
day
have
I
her
do-
always on.
Pause. The day I do an episode with Spitz, I'll be grateful that day because
Right.
You
Right.
got- yeah.
I feel the same energy too.
Exactly.
That's how I feel. Like, damn, I've been in the crowd a lot where that she's been on. I haven't been on when she's been on, so it's just
Yeah.
cool to finally be.
But today
on.
we get Matt, so
And we get
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah, me.
on the side. So yeah, I'm just grateful that we're here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mighty Sunshine, what are you grateful for this week?
So this week I am grateful for mentors because in my job
She came prepared.
She knows.
That's what I'm grateful for, dog. She came ready, bro.
She knows.
All right, so let me just get this story out. Okay,
God.
I started my job in January, new job, and the girl who I'm not replacing her, but she's going on maternity leave, so she's leaving and tomorrow's her last day, and like I'm so grateful for everything she's taught me because whoa. Yeah, like she's a beast at what she does. She's been doing it for like 10 years and I've been here 2 months and your girl's struggling, but she's helping. She's very patient and I like that,
That's a
because
good
I'm
top-
not patient.
It's also a good topic too to have like a mentor, someone to teach you the game, someone to teach you the ropes.
Yeah.
Not to transition to our topic that we have, but at least with Matt and like his what helping me at the gym and shit like that with the form and shit like that. When we were talking a little bit more about like when you do stuff for the first time, it's harder, but when you start doing repetitive, you start getting into the rhythm of it. So
Muscle memory.
It takes 21 days.
it takes, but also it also takes a good mentor. Yeah, and but also do it the right way, because
Yeah.
you could just be doing it the wrong way, So you have to do it the perfect way.
Yeah, the best way possible for you and your goals, because that's the only way that you're gonna get it done.
Yep.
But that's definitely very important, because like with Madi, since we're talking about gym buddies, that's something that like with us, it's even if we don't always work out together, we always know that that's something that, oh, so have you been working out lately? Have you, or I see you working out, like I want to, it puts me in a position to want to work out as well, because I'm seeing a friend of mine.
Or, damn, Claudia's at the gym and I'm here eating a tub of ice cream. No, but like it makes you think like, damn, we used to work out together, or we haven't worked out in a while, and she's out there and I'm not.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I just love working out. Like that's something that I'm grateful for this week, is that I was able to go back to the gym. Because like I mentioned last week, I wasn't feeling too well, so I was like not at the gym, and I ended up missing a whole week. And so for me, that's like torture. It's gotten, not torture, but it's gotten to the point, at the point in my life where it's like something that it's part of my everyday. So it's really uncomfortable for me when I don't go. So I was just very grateful to like be there and like sweat and like push weight and just like do crazy shit, because I was like being like a sick girl for like a whole week. So it was just great. So shout out to everybody at Massive Wellness. Well, Louis said he's gonna make me the mascot of the gym, which means your girl's about to be finer.
Going back to the gym partners and your buddies, I always try to up one out of you all the time.
Yeah.
I see him getting better every day. I always gotta do better.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
it helps him get better.
Right.
Hell yeah.
And it helps me get better.
Add more weight.
Add more weight.
Add more weight. Yeah. Or like
That's
I get
me.
closer
Are you
to
sure?
him, or I keep it the same.
Are you sure?
He's just like, oh yeah, or that too. Yeah, exactly. Or that. I'll grab a weight and he'll be like, really, you gonna do that? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. No, this is fine. And he's like, nah.
You could do more.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
baby weight. That's baby weight.
Baby
Yeah,
weight.
that's baby weight. Go
Pussy.
get something else. Yeah, go get 30s. Because then you start doing it. You start getting comfortable with the gym, and it's kind of like, let me just do my reps, or like,
Yeah.
let me just get on out of here. I don't want to be sore or dead the next day.
Yeah,
But that's something that he always pushes. Like
That's like-
I catch up to him, and then he just like
Yeah.
he puts
What are you
100 more
telling
pounds on it.
Like, you have to like rip your muscles and then, like push them to the limit, and then that's how you're gonna get results, because you're not gonna. And there's times where like I talk to him that way, because sometimes I get into like my own passionate mindset of like, that's really how you grow your muscles and how you burn the fat or how you get leaner and stuff like that, is just by pushing your body to that next level, to where it's just like, I want to wake up sore. Like me waking up sore, I'm like,
Yeah,
ooh,
you feel good.
Right, yeah.
fuck all y'all. Y'all ain't did what I did.
Yeah, and I'm happy that I started looking at it more like that, because I used to just go and like, okay, let me get this over with, like I'm kind of doing it to do it, and then like you start like falling in love with it a little bit more, and like, damn it, and just going in there, getting it done, kind of like looking for like, nah, man, these fucking weights are gonna get the best of me type shit. Like,
Yeah, man. It's a process going to the gym. You don't see results in the first month or 2 months.
right?
You're gonna see results maybe in the 4 months into working out. It's not one day to the next. Never will be.
Heck yeah. It took you a while to get the body that you had before you went to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, with the eating and it didn't take
Yeah, it took a
it
couple
didn't take a month. It
No,
took
no,
you
it took-
it took about
Felt
3
a lot
months of you
faster.
eating what you
Yeah.
wanted.
It felt faster though.
It did feel faster
Yeah.
because
You're having fun.
you're having
Yeah,
fun. You're
real
like,
fun.
I'm eating whatever the
Yeah.
fuck I want, bitch.
Face with hamburgers and
But then
shit.
you have to have like balance or whatnot.
Right.
So you guys, the reason why we have this wonderful group is because they're gym buddies,
Right.
and they have formed a great relationship because
Right.
of that.
My
Aw.
brother right here, bro. Come on,
brother.
man. Gym buddies.
Everybody.
Come on,
And
man.
then Madi and I became super close because of the gym and like working out together and just getting to know each other. And then one of the things that I've mentioned on here is that when you're at the gym, you're a little more prone to vulnerability, because you're pushing the weight that you possibly couldn't, or you're just you're doing something differently and your mind is working in a different way. So it's like with the person that you're sharing that time with, you're just kind of like more open to say things.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I know for us, that's how it was just.
That's how.
Facts,
Yeah,
though,
that's
like,
how. That's how. Like,
I would tell Matt some shit that if I
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
told too many people.
that's
like,
how it was with her. Like
Yeah.
it was literally like, why am I telling this girl this?
but I think it's because you also feel like comfortable. You're doing like what she's saying. You're at a vulnerable point because you're working out, right? You obviously,
you don't look great. You're already sweating.
right.
Like-
You're already
crazy
sweating.
face.
yeah, already, yeah.
You're eyeing and yeah, like that happens and it's awkward, but you're doing it, and then you're with this person and they're listening to all that and they're like realizing like all these. I don't want to say low points, but just like uncomfortable points, and
And
that's
sometimes
it.
you're
Like,
weakest because there's times that like you may try to like reach for like something heavier, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this shit, and then you're like, oh wait, and then like they see you, and then because they're like waiting for you. Y'all ever have that wait moment that you're just looking and you're just like, what are they doing?
yes.
Tell them about the last time.
Yesterday, right?
yeah,
Yesterday,
yeah.
right?
Tell them about yesterday,
I was
bro.
trying to do my. Hold up. It might not be too much for a lot of people. But
yeah. No,
I was
this is a
pushing
lot. Fuck
80
that.
pounds on a dumbbell.
Yeah, 80 pounds.
80
on,
pounds.
80 pounds on the dumbbell.
I'll
Yeah,
go
yeah,
over
on
20.
dumbbells.
It's
my
all right, I think.
I think
I could do better for sure. I'm just motivating myself.
there you go.
This is why you say it here. It holds you accountable.
Hold me
Facts.
accountable, yeah.
The ambition hour.
So I needed help with Javi to.
Spot him.
I needed him to spot me, and then I was trying to push it up, and then 3 times until the 3rd time I told him, "Yo, spot me, bro." Like I was getting upset.
Yeah.
I was getting mad. already.
He
I was
was
like,
getting
"Yo,"
mad at me. Like he
I was
almost
like,
he
yo.
was turning up.
I was like, "Yo, spot me. I need your help." And then the 2nd time, he didn't hear me. He wasn't even helping me. I was like, just like
No,
little tap on the shoulder.
Right,
Nah, I need more.
because I'm thinking also like I'm thinking about my boy. I'm like, okay, I think he's gonna need when he starts shaking more when he goes up. That's when I'll start helping him. You know, like that's when I start
Damn,
helping.
what a-
But he needed help.
He needed
Help
the
to
whole
put
Oh.
up. I needed help to put
You
it
needed
up.
help to put it up.
'cause
it
the
up.
ones- yeah.
Right. But I'm fucking off. I'm over here telling me about my weekend and shit like
Yo,
all of
and
them up.
now
Oh,
both-
yo, and then they throw on the Gallo G and now it's turn.
Yeah.
This guy goes to DR for a weekend.
But like, so
Potty
like,
Javi.
yeah. So like, there you go. And then so I'm seeing him, but I'm expecting him to do that. Yeah, exactly. Like to do that to help him out with that part
Yeah.
of it, to the close out of the rep. So Matto was turned up on me. I felt so
Yeah,
bad.
that's what you do.
But,
El pobre.
oh, yeah.
bro.
But no, what you got? You got about like 8 reps on that thing, right? Or you
Maybe
did
6. Maybe
You probably
maybe
did 6. You did 6
Eight's
on
too
that.
much.
That's not bad.
Not bad, but
You could have done 8 though.
He could have done 8.
Damn.
But no, that was already
No
our last.
pressure.
That was already our
Last
last rep,
rep,
and then
yeah,
we were
yeah.
bringing the
Next time he's gonna
elastic
be
band.
like, I did 8.
yeah.
Fuck around and do 10.
He's gonna do 10 probably the next time.
Next time for sure.
What I like though too is that Matt would tell me, or like one time he was like, man, you don't push me as hard.
I tell him all the time. You're
Yeah.
gonna push me, man.
You don't push me as hard as I do. And
Hey
so,
man,
like,
Hav will let you know about plans 5 minutes before he leaves. Like you.
I've heard about this.
so man, all right, man. This is like,
Yo, next time send me a calendar invite.
but
Oh man.
damn man, y'all made me forget my point.
Yo, the podcast needed to hear that story, Hav.
But yeah, I don't know what I was saying. Fuck it.
You were saying that you were telling him about your weekend and
Oh no, about pushing.
pushing.
So then, but that also brings the competitive side, and that's what I like about going to the gym, and at least with Matt, because like it also like it puts me up, right? And how he does, I see how he pushes me, and
That's
I don't
so-
get to push him, right? You know what I mean? Like, go ahead.
Like, no offense, but or I don't know if this is offensive or not, but
Probably is.
or maybe to
Might
you
be.
to you in this case, but I don't feel like we're competing when we're at the gym. Is that a guy thing?
Oh, is it a good
We
thing?
don't compete. We
We
just
don't
try to
get-
get each other better.
Yeah.
It's not competing. We don't compete. We don't.
So, and that's what we do.
Not literally
I feel.
competing, but like.
But like it's unstated. Like it's not stated.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not something
'cause
that we're like.
It's not. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah, you got this, girl. No, it's just
Right. Well, I guess like yeah.
It's
I'm
just
on the
like,
same page.
damn, girl, look at that ass.
Right.
Yo, Javi, look at that ass. No, we don't do that. No shot. But we just try to get each other better.
Damn, bro, but if my gains get back there, bro, and you notice it, you ain't gonna tell me. I can't see you there all the time. No, I'm kidding.
I know something for me is I'm
What?
very competitive, like just general.
Just general.
Just
That's what I mean.
general,
That's
like,
what I mean. Yeah. And he's also a competitive person too. And we don't have to state it, or we don't have to
Yeah,
be like,
and
oh, he doesn't have to say, I'm gonna one up you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I could
it's
just,
just
I could
like-
just look at it and be like, he did 50 last, I did 50 now, and now he goes to 80 instead of like 60. You know what I mean? Or goes to 90 instead of 70. You know what I mean? Like he'll go a little bit more harder. You know what I mean? And like it is not like a thing that has to be stated, even if it's the rep, right? Even if he's doing the rep, it's like, dang, I want my form to look just as good as that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? When I'm doing it, I want to look just as good as that type shit.
for sure.
You haven't hit 50. You haven't hit 50 yet, so I'm talking about you hitting 50.
Yeah. I'm at 45, 47.
45.
On what?
On the
On
dumbbells.
dumbbells.
Yeah, on the dumbbells. Yeah.
Dang, I'm way too comfortable in 15.
Can't
right
relate.
Javier started at 15, so don't.
I mean,
Be
I'm not
proud,
trying to
be
like
proud.
bust out with the 30s.
But then again, you ain't really trying to, you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
just
You
want
ain't-
cute
you ain't trying to
ones.
broad. Yeah, if you start grabbing the 40s, I'll be like, Claudia, you need to chill.
I know. I grew
like
up,
a little
I grew
running
up
back.
in 40s, like when I'm doing like hip thrusts and shit, like it's way
Yes.
different. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
give,
We have
like when I'm
different
working
goals.
out legs, like I'm like, give me all the weight, rack
Right,
it up.
So like what do you squat now or whatever like that? Let's say.
Well, I haven't been doing it
Proper
like
weight.
that
Yeah.
because of the gym that I'm going to is kind of different, and I'm
Oh,
also
yeah.
like I'm also just going back again, like because I had taken like a.
Sound like a lot of excuses, y'all. Y'all tell me in the comments below.
Don't tell them that. Y'all don't leave no comments. But yeah, because I was working out the crib or whatever, so then I ended up going to this gym, and so I'm just working my way up to that. But right now, like before the cruise, or actually before I went to Disney, I was squatting with at least the 245s on each side.
245 on each
245s,
side.
the plates.
That's
Like
two plates.
no, wait, one and one. One
Yeah.
and one.
Okay, so one.
and
Okay,
one.
okay.
Okay.
Because I'm two, because I could.
And then I can do but I can do the sumo squats, but like all the way, they're like almost like deadlifts.
Okay.
Sumo
The
deadlifts?
sumo deadlifts, like
alright.
those, I was doing like with the bar of 100.
Okay.
So that was
It's tiring.
nice. That was
It's tiring.
fun.
It's a tiring workout right there.
It's a very tiring workout. It's one of my favorites though. And then like the leg stuff is like very different, but the upper arm is like I normally keep it below 20 and try to do high reps.
Yeah, that's the
So-
key to get a cut. Yeah, high
Yeah.
reps, low rep.
And it was funny because I took her to the
Rep it
gym
out.
that I'm going to, and I ended up like
How did you like it, buddy? My bad to cut.
I thought it was fun.
No, talk shit. Tell us how you hated it. I'm kidding.
I mean, I was hating myself because damn, like I let myself go that much that I'm like struggling to do mountain climbers. So
That's just a tough workout though.
Yeah.
No, when we start having fun and we start doing some like shit like that, and
Yeah.
like we start, and that's just painful. You know, we start getting planking out or hitting the ropes.
yeah.
Like those are really
the ropes.
that's really intense.
It's crazy. It's just tiring as fuck.
But it's fun. Is we got the medicine ball, start throwing that around.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I took her, so there was the workout that we had to do that we had to like put a band around our waist
Right.
and then like run in place, and I fucking I didn't tear it, like I strained my freaking calf muscle.
Oh yeah, that's
It
right.
was one of the
Like at the NFL combine.
It was like your calf one like it locked or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
cramp.
yeah, like
Oh,
it,
cramp,
but it
cramp.
was
Yeah.
like it was like one like nasty. Like when my mom looked at it, she was just like, oh my, like she didn't say oh my god because she was talking in Spanish, but she was like, mira cómo está. Yeah, she's like, mira cómo
Ay,
está
Dios
eso, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I just knew it hurt. And then I had to like finish the entire workout like that because it's like I came with her. Like I'm competitive on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mind, Mamba mentality. Like
Mamba.
come on.
Mamba all
Yeah,
day.
Mari.
Like Mamba mentality. Like I was just like listening to Kobe. If Kobe could do it, I could do it too. So, but then like I was dying for like the next 2 days. So I don't know. Kobe was getting a lot of money.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Matt had to bring me back to that reality too, because when I jammed my finger, especially,
Oh,
he was just like,
he was so stubborn.
But that one game that he dislocated his finger. I told him put it back in and play, and he played the next game.
Yeah, he's like,
No.
Like 2 more
okay,
games.
so, okay, I don't think,
You're gonna
so
play.
for those of you that don't know how he injured his finger, like how Matt said, and they were playing
you
basketball.
don't see no difference.
But can I tell you that Hob tells me the story, right? And he's like, oh yeah, but I played 3 games after.
No, we played like 2 games after that, or 1 or 2.
I forgot.
No
It's been a while.
mercy.
It's been a while since we
Yeah,
played
I mean, you
ball
gotta
together.
finish the
Yeah.
game. Like, you gotta finish what you started, pretty much.
Basically,
finish,
yeah, we finished that. Oh yeah, we finished that game. Then I think we played another one
And
with
then
those other
another
guys.
one,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
And
yeah.
then you don't realize until
And I
after
waited
the
a 3 in
fact.
that other
You
one.
did, you did.
Cause
Let it be
from-
known, I got a shot. Especially when Matt passed me the ball. He
Yeah,
passed me
yeah.
the ball right way. When I was playing with these guys, they also weren't passing me the ball right way.
Yeah.
I don't like bounce
Yeah,
passes, bro.
passionate.
Just
All
All right, we don't need the NBA.
Okay.
We got you guys.
oh dang, dang.
We got some talent.
There's some talent here. There's some talent.
The NBA is has been suspended for the rest of the season.
Come
What
to LA.
What I was gonna say
Oh my
was
goodness.
was you don't realize, like, when something hurts, you don't realize until after the fact.
Right.
Because a couple weeks ago when I went out and I danced so much, like my feet were killing me the next day, and I was just like, why didn't I feel this way yesterday?
Yeah.
Like, you just feel the aftermath, and that actually happens with other things too, because that pain while I was doing the workout, it didn't hurt. But as soon as like I stopped it, I was like crawling to like the next station and shit. Did you notice?
Yes.
Yeah, because I said something,
Yeah,
right?
because there was like one thing that we had to do where we alternated, and she was on the treadmill and I was doing some other.
And
like
then I got on
it
the
was like a
I
pull-up
foam
or
rolled.
something. Yeah, she couldn't run.
I was foam rolling.
She was
Yeah.
like crying, like I can't do
No,
this.
but if we're talking about injuries right now, a while back, not a while back, 3 months ago.
Well,
I thought you were gonna talk about something about. Go ahead.
Oh, my shoulder, but that's before.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
since we're talking about basketball, let's talk about
Yeah,
basketball. I
That's
want to get
also
a
something you start realizing what you guys have similarities to when you guys at the gym. But go ahead.
I want to get a rebound up. I landed on somebody's foot, twisted my ankle. It wasn't hurting at the moment, but I knew something was up. I went to ER. I took a X-ray, and then I had nothing broken. I took an MRI a couple days later. Had three torn ligaments, and then 2 in the inside, and 3 in the outside of the ankle. So pretty much 5 torn ligaments. But the day it happened, it wasn't hurting as much as like 2 days later, until I got my momentum down, and then that shit was killing me.
when the
Yeah,
soreness
she was-
kicks in.
Yeah,
Oh,
when my
that was the
when my
worst.
finger started throbbing, all I could remember about is how it happened. I was running.
And how
running
you
around the
decided to
yard.
keep playing.
Right, yeah, I was like, oh my
We were
God.
watching you, and there was a scene where they cut
Oh, he cuts
one of
the
the
finger.
and he
Yeah. I told
almost
you about that.
cried.
Bro.
He like you would have thought that they freaking cut his freaking.
Bro, because perspective started sitting in, bro. I started thinking about like, yo, I could have just lost a finger, and then you start thinking about like, oh, thank God, God is so beautiful. I still got my finger. The shit closes and
Yeah.
everything. You know what I mean? Like, it looked a little weird when you got it like next to the other ones, but it's still cool.
You got it next to the other one. That's funny.
She ain't gonna feel the difference.
So since we're on the topic of basketball, the NBA has suspended the rest of the games for the season. Due to the
I am
coronavirus.
having a very bad
my
day.
mood.
My brother Bomani Jones is in another booth looking at me. I love that brother. I don't want to talk
Stephen
to you
A.
today.
He's a commentator. He's like one of the biggest commentators like on ESPN.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith.
Can't stay off the weed.
Classic, man. Shout out to
He's
Stephen
the
A.
best,
Smith,
Love
for
man.
that.
real.
As
love
long as
him.
we don't got
Y'all
the
need to
NBA,
pay that man more money.
Yeah, you need to pay Stephen A. more.
He gets
more
paid
money.
enough. I think I read that he gets paid a good $10 million a year.
Yeah, but
Something
he
like
needs,
that.
he should he I think
You think he should get paid more than an NBA player?
I mean he works a lot. Yeah.
He's the face of
He's
ESPN.
the face of like I don't know. I see a lot of things that he does.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Took me a while.
He's
I
a
don't know.
character. I feel like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like he's
He's funny.
He's
Yeah.
funny.
Character. He's
Yeah,
he's funny. It was funny because Megan was
Thee
there,
Stallion, uh-huh.
and it was just funny to like have her there because like you've seen other rappers go,
Yeah.
like you've seen Joe Budden be on. No, yeah,
Joe Budden, Lil Wayne.
and then Lil Wayne's been on
Yeah,
there.
a lot of rappers have been on there. Or a lot
Yeah,
of
because it's
musicians.
like some of their, it's like one of their
Press
press,
runs.
run type of thing.
Yeah.
Let me get on there. That'd be fun. But yeah, so the NBA has suspended because there was a basketball, one of the players from the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. Is that his name?
Gobert.
Gobert.
Ended up testing positive for the coronavirus. I told y'all last week that shit's real.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck around, catch that Rona.
yeah, like I was telling them earlier how I took a nap and woke up and freaking the NBA got suspended. The Tom Hanks and his wife have the coronavirus. And yeah, so it's pretty serious. So
I'm
guys,
pretty-
what are you guys doing to prevent from the coronavirus?
Everything that the TV tells us to.
Right, yeah.
which
just
is everything
staying-
you should be doing.
Yeah, staying
You
clear. You know, not touching everything. Not touching your face, especially.
Shower,
Matt-
please.
Yeah,
Everybody shower.
showering a lot. But Matt's been on that wave. He actually got me a little bit more on the wave of washing your hands and shit like that.
Yep.
Every day after the gym and before the gym, we wash our hands.
Oh my god.
That's the key.
That's the key.
I'm
And
sorry,
we
am I
clean the
hitting you?
machines.
No.
That's the key.
We clean the machines. We wash our hands before
Right.
and after.
Sanitize, yeah. Even me, because I sweat. I'm
Yeah,
sweating right
you guys
now.
are
If,
sweating, man.
if you can't see, I'm
Yeah,
sweating
sweating.
probably right now.
Maybe it's because you have the hoodie on.
Not well. I just sweat. Well, yeah, that's probably true. Anyways, making my point.
My bad.
Yeah, I'll leave the shit sweaty so that my boy. Wait.
Yeah, let's go with the spray. I'm going behind her with the spray.
Yeah, he's right
Clean
there
the
with the
room.
spray, making sure that we stay clean, we stay on top of it. Everything's lovely.
Stand up a little bit so they can see them pretty eyes that you got.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Just move into the camera.
Blind me though.
But yeah, so that it's pretty crazy that the NBA has suspended the games for the rest of the season. There's some other things that have been going on, of course. For me, I was telling Mari earlier, I'm like, are you like, I wash my hands so much, but this has been a problem. It's not a problem because it turns out that it's really good. But the washing my hands, like I always wash my hands. Like that's something that I always do. Like when I get to work, like that's something that I automatically feel like doing. I get to work, I wash my hands. Throughout the day, and moisturize. Because listen, y'all that new to washing hands need to know that ashiness is not cute. And when you're washing your hands a lot, they're gonna get ashy.
Dry,
so they're gonna get dry. They're gonna get like, so just make sure that you have like lotion on hand.
Moisturize, baby.
Yes, sir.
That's a free tip for y'all new that are new to the
Newbies.
Like, and then it's funny because now they're coming out with like different songs that you can use so you can sing while you're washing your hands.
Happy birthday.
Happy
And then what
birthday.
other song
Oh
was
my
it?
god, yo, today at work, this guy, older man, he's talking about his mom being like super Catholic, and that she sends all her kids and all her grandkids, because she's obviously older, an email saying, if you say Hail Mary while you're washing your hands, you clear yourself. You clear yourself from the coronavirus and from your sins.
Yo, shout out to Grandma selling it the game.
That is so funny though.
That is a swindle.
That is
swindle.
so funny.
I like that,
Un
though.
Padre Nuestro.
Yeah, I'm about to do it. Yeah.
Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos.
I like the Santa Maria though, because that's my joint.
but
I actually
think
know
that
that one.
one's shorter,
I know that
I
one to this
think.
day. Yeah. Shout out to Purísima, because that's why I know that one so well. Pass me the freaking cacao already, man. I don't know if y'all.
Just thinking about like the extra shit.
Yeah, I need a little gift bag. Well, y'all got some gift bags?
But are you real?
For those who are not Nicaraguense, because we have listeners from all over. What he's talking about is this. It's like a celebration that Nicaraguenses do in December for the Virgin Mary.
Okay.
So yeah, so they give
Shout out
like
to Virgin Mary.
so they give you like a whole bunch of like goodies from like Nicaragua.
¿Quién causa tanta
Yeah, and then,
alegría?
like you say like different things. There's songs that that they sing to
Es la concepción de María, bro.
you don't know.
You fake. You go for the cacao.
Yeah, he just tells my mom to bring it for him.
Yeah, bro, don't
Don't be like Javier.
Don't be that Purísima that only serves the chicha, bro.
Oh
Don't
my
be
god, that's
be
the
that one, bro.
worst. When the chicha, okay, so chicha is this is a beverage that
I'm
they have in
tired of y'all.
Nicaragua.
Okay.
So one is like this one's more like rice based.
It's corn
Based. I don't like it, so I
It's
don't.
corn based, and it has like a little bit of like
Twang.
strawberry fresa. Yeah, strawberry coloring, like flavor.
Oh yeah, so it's like pink, and
So,
then there's one that's cacao. That's more like cacao. It's like
Chocolatey.
chocolate.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's like chocolate
So,
milk,
yeah.
but better.
I gotta give it a shot. I gotta try one day.
You have to come to the fritanga.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
We'll show you our Nika ways.
For real.
Yeah, no, we show. You got proud, man. I should have wore blue today.
For real.
Sandinita.
So, what did you say?
Oh man, now we're getting into it for real. Yo, next topic. She's pulling up from half court.
I mean, yeah, she comes ready. You already know that. You should have known. You should have came with your defense.
I'm sweating.
You should have came with
I'm
your
tired,
defense.
boss.
So, one of the great reasons that we're bringing Matt along with just him being awesome and one of my brother's friends is if you haven't noticed, I have been noticed that guy a little bit, but he does have a stuttering problem. And so something that he wanted to do was kind of bring awareness to our listeners and to our audience, to bring more awareness to stuttering, because like me and Mari, he was one of the first people that we've ever met that has
I think he's the first person.
yeah, he's the first the first person that we've met that has a stuttering problem. So he wanted to come on here and just share awareness. So go ahead and share what you would like first.
Yeah,
and then we got questions for you.
I love questions.
Did this happen?
So
quick?
pretty much, man, just growing up, stuttering, it's tough. I just never let it get to me. Never let it get to me because I have a tough
Tough skin.
skin. But
And a confidence about
And
you.
the confidence.
There you go. Talk about it.
But the confidence
Half of the
came
people
up.
probably didn't even notice until we mentioned it. So
For
people
real.
know.
Yeah.
Shit, I stuttered.
But the confidence came up probably a good 5 years ago. 5 years ago, once I said to myself this every day: when are you gonna see that person ever again? You're never gonna see that one individual ever again. What are the odds you're gonna see him?
First question.
What's up?
Was there a person that you saw that made you think of that initial thought in general?
No, I did dumb shit growing up. I was like the fun person, always like goofing around, and I have pena. So I told my brother and my stepbrother all stuff every time. You're never gonna see that person ever again. Like, go do that dumb shit. You're never gonna do it. He could make fun of you or she could make fun of you, but you're never gonna see that person ever again. And their thought about you doesn't really matter. And
My bad. I hit the bomb on that 'cause that's bars
and
right
like
there.
the only only people I care about are the ones pretty much are my close friends and my family, and they could only, they're the ones that could tell me, but pretty much other people that tell me do this, do that, do this, or they laugh at me, I'm never gonna see them again. So
Yeah, they don't matter.
'em.
they don't matter at all.
For
Zero.
real. That's what I'd be
There's
saying.
some-
Zero.
Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
Also, though, like the other way, though, you know, like you're never gonna see that person again. So, like, what if you meet like a genuinely good person, like, and just because you
Give-
have a stutter problem, you don't want to talk to them, or you know, you're shy, that brings you back. So it
bring
goes
them to
both
that.
ways.
So I was talking to Javier probably 2 weeks ago. First time he met me, he didn't know I stuttered. So he asked me, "Are you high?" I was like, "No."
I was just like, yo,
"No."
tipo está quemado. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a bar line right there.
I was like, "No,
No.
no." And then we went through our workout, and then he figured out that I stuttered that one day, and he never questioned it. And then 2 weeks later, I have more respect for him after this. He told
never
me,
asked.
eh?
He never asked in those 2 weeks.
No.
Well, then he talked about our conference because then we started working out, and then 2 weeks ago we talked about it, and like finally we talked about it, and then
He
Oh.
told me, yeah. We talked about it, and he told me that after that day, he went on Google to look up stuttering.
because I felt
And-
super bad after I said that, you know, like I meto la pata, you know, like
Metiste la
yeah.
pata.
yeah, like I felt you know, almost like disgusted with myself a little bit, and just like, damn, so let me look into it, like what is this about, you know? Then I started thinking about it because he was helping me with my workout just then, and even like how he could just be a complete asshole to me and just like turn the other cheek and be like, fuck this kid. You know, like who is he to come here? Like he's like boys on my boy. Like I don't really even have to deal with him really. You know what I mean? But like,
But he's helping.
yeah, and he's always embraced me in a way, and I always like looked at that like, wow, he didn't hold that against me in any way, and just like, and then I looked,
I'm sorry, what was it that you said?
like I was just like, man, you good? Like you good? I think I probably even said like, yeah.
Just initially, okay.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
he said something, and then we were just like, and like he was just stuck for a little bit, and I was like, oh man, you okay? And then like, yeah, like it wasn't really nothing too crazy, but I just started like, damn, you know, I just started feeling bad about it, and then I looked into it, seeing like, oh, what remedies are there to do? You know what I mean? Like seeing like, man, he could help me in one way, maybe I could help him in the other, type of shit.
And one thing I give everybody the benefit of the doubt the first time they meet me. First time they meet me, we're gonna like, you don't know I stutter. You don't know I stutter. The person don't know I stutter, so they wanna know how to react the first time they talk to me. So I give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
But just react normal, right?
Yeah.
I
Some
mean,
people are like,
what do you like to see when, you know, like
like if you meet me, you go ask me because you don't know. I'm here to explain to you. I stutter. That's it. You're gonna bring it up again and again and again. Nah, like that's it. But ask me that one time. That's it. And then
You've ever had to pop off on somebody?
I never. I had some stories back in the day. My brother protected me, stuff like that. I'll say it quick. So we're at McDonald's. I was ordering. I couldn't say I want barbecue. I couldn't say it. Or honey mustard with my chicken nuggets. And then I was stuttering, and then as soon as I left, my brother saw they were laughing.
Mm.
And then my brother went to them, started talking crap to them, being like, look, he stuttered, stuff like that, but they're still laughing. Then my mom went up, started talking crap to them, and then my brother told my dad later on. And then my dad went to St. McDonald's again and be like, yo, you don't do this to my son, stuff like that. So
That's
people like
family.
that,
Yeah.
For real.
yeah, people like that, the ones that laugh about it, the ones that, like,
Make fun of it or anything.
yeah,
like
like,
I mean,
it's
it's
not
just-
cool. It's not.
It's just not anything to laugh about. Like
Right.
you don't want to make fun of people because one day, you know, like they're gonna make fun of you.
Yeah, but people are not mature out there.
It's
People are not
also
mature out there.
ignorance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's also that, and at least that's why I thought it was great that he wanted to share light on it, because it's also a little stupidity in it. We don't run across everyone or every single day that someone that stutters or someone that has a problem in anything. You know what I mean? Like, people suffer from a lot of other stuff too.
For real.
You know, so like, and that we're not aware of. You know, so just not being aware of it, you don't know how to. Our initial reaction, we don't know what to do. You know, when
Yeah.
someone's stuttering, you know, like I just simply thought he was just like either not messed up, you know what I mean, but like just kind of like, oh, you know, like, oh, or you know, you probably had a long day type shit. You know, we've been talking all day, you know what I mean, like, but
No, just all people don't like. There's people out there that are worse than me, and that's and I want those people who are worse than me to have that. I want to help those people out, to give the information out to other people that, like, people that stutter make faces, they make like twitch noise, stuff like that. But people don't know how to react to that. That's what I'm getting to.
And as somebody that stutters, how do you want, I guess, normal people, for lack of better words, to react to you stuttering or to anyone stuttering?
To anyone stuttering,
Like, what is the reaction that you would like to see and not like be like, oh, great, another person, like,
no, it's
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
get
like
you,
if you
guess.
stutter, would you prefer if someone said, "Oh, do you have a stutter problem?" or like, or are you you know, like, or
yeah. I got you. Probably just ignore it. People like
straight up. That's the
people
honest
like
answer.
I have a hard saying my name, Matthew. It's probably one of the hardest words I could say, and it's weird. But every time I go to the gym and I try to order my smoothie, they always ask me.
after workout.
They always ask me, "You forgot your name." You think I'm gonna forget my name? I've been saying my name for the past 25 years of my life. Think I'm gonna forget it? No. And they start cracking a little smile to it, like they're making a joke out of it, like a little bit. You could tell they're making a little joke out of it. But I just let it slide. Whatever, it's cool. He didn't know I stuttered, so. So
does
might
it bother you?
Does it bother me that I stutter?
No. Does it bother you in that moment when you're
Someone's making a joke.
right, when they're making that
Especially
little
when you're
joke?
trying to say it, like I'm really like I'm not what you think is going
Yeah,
on. Like
yeah.
I'm having like a little, like it's
Yeah,
it's a
does
delay.
that bother you?
Does that part bother me? No, it doesn't bother me.
Did it bother you at some point?
It did.
So you
Beforehand.
have you since you've been talking, you've always had a stuttering problem, or
Always, yeah. Probably since I was like 6, 7. My mom noticed it, and I've been going to speech therapy since probably first grade, second grade.
Oh wow.
I wasn't the one to talk a lot. I was the one more quiet in class because I couldn't read because of my stuttering, stuff like that. So of course,
But
being
also-
a second grade, I don't want to get bullied or being
Yeah.
Second
Right.
graders are
one.
mean.
Right. Yeah.
I'm being the one to be laughed at, stuff like that.
That's crazy. Now that I think, when you said like second grade, I think back to when I was like in elementary school, and I remember there was always like, I don't know, 1 or 2 kids in my class that they would always get called to leave with
Right.
another teacher. And now that I
Yeah.
think about it, it's probably that.
It's probably
Like,
Right.
that, or some kids go.
and they were
to-
quiet kids too.
Yeah.
Right. I used to have a kid who it wasn't really, I don't know, you just couldn't really understand what he said. Sometimes, like, it was kind of like broken English. You kind of had
Iso?
to make it out.
Iso?
No, not really. So, it was almost like, it's almost Ebonics on crack almost. But to explain it in
Wow.
lame terms, because you kind of had to like use context clues to figure out what he was saying, you know, like, but yeah. My bad. I just remember, because right when you said that, my mind went there.
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. Then like, I was cool with that kid. You know what I mean? And like, and they, yeah. And like everyone used to kind of like, oh, you don't understand what he says, and I used to just talk to him and kind of like, I kind of get it, you know what I mean? Like I kind of get what you're saying, you know. But
I got you. I can read you.
No, but seriously, no. I mean,
oh, wait.
No, but wait.
Is it a made-up language?
No, it's not.
No, I know.
It's hard to understand now because I can't get back there and like say like or give you guys an example. Oh, he used to say it like this type of thing. But I would say one thing though, man. Like and that's why I fuck with Matt because he like it's that confidence level. You know what I mean? Like and you could see it right then and there, like how he even carries himself. Because I could you could only imagine, especially when he goes to these groups and he goes to these other people about the struggle it was. You know, growing up, you know, or even being second grade year old Matt, you know what I mean, in second grade and being shy to an extent, you know. I know I was shy as fuck for people to hear my music, you know, like imagine what everybody else goes through, you know. So yeah, man,
It's crazy, man. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that stutter. Like, I think 1% or like 2% of the United States people that stutter. I think.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot, but it's not a lot to be seen around in the streets often.
Yeah, often or like come across type stuff.
Yeah. So like pretty much. So I pretty much started studying when we acknowledged it around second grade. Did speech therapy. I did speech therapy all the way to high school. Then it was a blessing in disguise because it helped pay for my school too.
Yeah, my boy went to FIU.
It paid for my first 2 years I did, and it paid my last 2 years at FIU.
Nice.
So pretty much it paid for my school. So I'm not gonna complain. So it's
Dang.
My boy, alumni. You better be clear.
so
We were waiting for it.
Alumni too, though. Hold on.
We got alumni in here. We got Panthers in the building.
we got Panthers right here.
What's up?
For real.
That coronavirus poke.
Bro,
I just thought of
even
that.
more now than ever. It's just like, bro, I was coughing earlier at work today, and I was just like, oh my god, I think I have the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And it's like because the freaking the internet just like brainwashes you. Cause like,
I just thought of that.
did it just come out that? Because I've been singing the corona.
Yeah. Pásame
Yo
la
no tengo
corona.
gripe, solo tengo tos.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on that, man?
Here's a quote I want to say, although. Give me a second. Let
there
me
you
find
go.
it. I sent it out to.
Get a quote, man, and if you run across someone that does come with a stuttering problem or anything like that, you know, you heard it from Matt. You know, keep it rolling, keep it player.
Yeah. That's so funny. Claudia, I called her earlier before, being here, and she mentioned that you had a stutter program. Look me, stutter program.
Stutter program?
A stutter problem. I'm sorry. And when I walked in, like, I didn't even, that wasn't my initial thought. Like, I didn't even remember. I was like, oh yeah, Claudia.
Yeah.
So ignore it. Like,
No, ignore it for sure. So look, here's one thing I want to say. That has helped me out in life is having that carefree / confidence mentality about what people think about you. And this goes to people who don't even stutter. Just keep in mind, what are the odds you're ever going to see that one individual again?
Yeah.
That's such a
fact.
That's a fact.
And that helps with like people that don't even stutter.
Bro, that helps for everything. Cause I was listening to a podcast with Snoop Dogg and all that stuff. Well, he did an interview with Schoolboy Q, and he was talking about like because Schoolboy Q gives a lot of energy, and you see me perform too. You know, like I like to give it a lot of energy, but then sometimes you want to give what the crowd gives you, but then or like especially when you're trying to give all that energy, you're like, damn, what do these people think of me? You know what I mean? Because I'm like I'm out here like trying hard. You know, like giving more than what's expected or what's asked of you, I guess at the time. You know what I mean? But like like what is their opinion or what is that one person's skew of me gonna really like deteriorate? Or even like when it comes down to music, or like, oh, you don't got the look, or you don't got the sound, or you know like or whatever like that, or like the shit that you go through, or even like being an artist, you know, you're really sensitive, and sometimes you feel like Superman, and sometimes you're like, shit, man, I don't know, you know, but. And that just comes with opinion base, you know, when you just stay true to what's up here, you know, rather than with the outside noise and thinking about that other people or being in front of people. Like,
there's one thing too, no one's gonna feel bad for you.
yeah.
Right.
That's a fact.
And that's when pretty much I started 5 years ago, that's when I started being more confident in myself because I was trying to get into the sports industry, interview, stuff like that. And interview is probably one of the hardest things for people that stutter because, of course, you can get stuck. So first thing I do every time before an interview, I let them know, look, I stutter. So they expect that you're going to get stuck already. So they won't be caught off guard to know that, oh, why is he getting stuck? But since you told them beforehand, they understand that you're stuttering. And
even just saying that takes confidence.
yeah.
Just saying that, like, I stutter. Hi, my name is, you know.
Yeah. And then just also, no one's gonna feel bad for you. Like, nowhere. In jobs, anything, like,
because everybody's their own center
has
of their
their own
universe.
issue too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they care more about themselves and whatever they're going through than whatever it is that's bothering
they're gonna be
you.
like, oh, I wonder why he stutters. They're like, they hear and then they either know automatically or they have a question or they ask you or they make a weird remark. But then after they do whatever it is their reaction is, they go back to whatever is in their mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy how as humans, that's how our minds work. And so having that type of mindset, that's like why one of the reasons why when I go out, like, I really don't give a fuck.
Right. Amen.
Right. Talk for sure.
Like, when I go out, like, I don't give a fuck because it's just like,
Turn up.
Yo hago lo que me da la gana.
Shout out TikTok. We TikTok famous out here.
stop. Yo, that
5,000
video.
plus views.
No, girl, it has like 11,000.
Oh shit,
No
we
way,
went up.
girl.
Yes.
We went up.
Going up on the
I'm
TikTok.
like, I'm like crazy. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, what's crazy to me is that the one that has the most views is one that's not edited.
Talking shit, Claudia.
So it's like full on, just like full through. There's
You
no,
don't need a filter.
Raw.
know,
100%
it's raw.
raw.
So, and it's because I had just posted it, and I was just like, whatever, it's
Fuck
good.
it.
Let me just post it, and then I edited it.
It's the same thing what happened with the one that we did on Tiller, the one that remember the one on the fight.
Oh,
the
that
one
one
on the
that was
fight.
dope. That was nice.
It kind of gave it a pop, but I started thinking about it like it was just genuine. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get on here, because sometimes on Instagram you're like, I'm gonna get on here and use it for like a business, and like, and you start to like strategize, in your
Yeah, I
head or
didn't-
whatever like that. But you kind of just
shit,
did
I
it at your own merit. You kind of just did it at your free will. I'm gonna do it. It wasn't like, oh, I heard people are popping off on TikTok or Tiller. Let me go do this thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, that looks like fun. Let me do it.
Yeah.
Like when it comes from the heart, everything becomes different.
Eventually, that's what happened with me. I would always see it, and I'm like, oh my god,
That
this
looks
is like a
fun.
dancing. I want to do this, and then so
Of
I
course.
just started doing it more. And I started
Dancing
doing it
queen.
more, and then that one was the one that I posted. That like and then I remember being so like nervous because I'm like, oh my god, like. Ugh. You just get nervous, like, cause it's just like, oh my god, I'm really about to post this, but I'm like, I don't even have followers, like, it's not that serious. And then
10,000 views later.
when I see it, I'm like, holy, Javier. And then when I see it, I'm like, holy shit, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And so yeah, so when the numbers like got big, that's when like I started using it more for like I would post more stuff about the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I put that like I actually record everything here.
Yeah.
So it's like then that's like something that I'm trying to keep up with too, is that like the theme is like that I'm recording it here.
Yeah.
Like in my podcast studio.
I saw it too. Don't worry, but I saw the video.
So dancing. You guys, both of these two are dancers.
That's my go-to.
Yeah. So I wanted to say, damn, what gets into y'all when y'all go out there and just dance like that? Just bust a move type shit.
The music.
Yeah, for real,
Man,
like
The beats.
The beats,
I walk
man.
in dancing.
I feel the music inside me, bro.
That's
The
so
whole bass inside me. I just feel like the whole.
That's so funny you say that you feel the music inside you, because I was trying to help Christian learn how to dance. I think it was cumbia, because in
Okay.
Nicaragua, like, they play a lot of cumbia.
too.
And I'm like, I don't know, like, you just gotta feel the music. Like, I told him that.
But for our non-dancer, viewers that are out there,
Try to feel the
Well,
music.
okay, so something that happens to me a lot is that I'm in my head, like there's music always playing.
Okay.
Like if I don't have headphones on, like I'm like
But
there's
do y'all
still.
practice y'all moves? Or do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
try to
def-
move all the time, bro. When I take my laundry, when I take my.
Okay, so
Always.
guys practice their moves,
I'm
girls
always
practice their
practicing
moves,
those
I
moves.
practice
and in
my
front of
moves.
a mirror.
And I'm in my room like, whew.
I'm
Breaking up a
breaking
sweat.
Hell yeah, I'm breaking up a sweat, bro.
Before when I was getting ready, I was just like, oh shit, this is my shit, and then I just started dancing, and then I was like, oh man, that was a nice little workout.
I
Yeah.
always want to go to some dancing classes.
What
Always
kind?
like merengue, salsa.
That's fun.
Yo,
I'm pretty
I
good at it.
see.
I'm pretty good at it already, but it's a good workout.
This
Good
is,
workout.
yeah.
this is probably a better question. What's your favorite music to dance to?
Oh,
There we go. That's a better question.
too
You see
hard.
that?
Too
I love
difficult.
reggae.
Oh,
It's a
Yeah.
battle between reggae and bachata.
Reggae and bachata. Okay, Matt, what you thinking?
Probably reggaeton and some salsa, maybe.
Okay, I
Some
need that
salsa
reggaeton. But I need my hip hop
reggaeton,
too.
ton,
Ah,
ton.
hip hop, yeah.
need that
some
hip-hop.
little-
Yeah, I need
little- that.
Go on, baby. Hey,
Yeah,
yeah, we hit that a little couple
Hello.
times.
Oh yeah, no.
Um,
I love dancing, so really anything, but something to shake my ass.
What? Okay, Madi, what about you? What's your favorite genre?
I think merengue.
Merengue?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
merengue.
easier
She
one.
has really
Merengue is
good,
easier than salsa.
Dubstep,
The-
right?
Oh yeah, I
She's
could-
really
yeah.
Are we good at
good.
dubstep?
She
Dubstep
got-
stuff?
I'm not that good.
Well, I gotta say,
I'm not that good. She comes out, but
No, because I've seen people do like some like
serious
cool,
legit shit.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because you're my friend. I'm just like, yo, she's killing
She's
that
killing that
shit.
shit. Y'all ain't got nothing on Madi.
At all. Y'all ain't
Shout
got
out to my number one fan.
shit. No, but she does the same thing to me. She'll like bring out her phone and record me. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, we
record me.
definitely hype each other up.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you do as friends. You gotta help
boys,
each other
yeah,
up.
boys
Oh,
help each
yeah.
other
Yeah,
out.
but boys hype each other up too. What
I
song?
have seen that.
What song is going up? If they play it right now, we go out. If we go out tonight,
Going
we
out.
go
I
to
already
Boogie's right now. What song are
Oh.
you telling the DJ? Fuck, you gotta play this song. I know Claudia always. By the way, Claudia always goes out with that. Yo, they better play this song. Yo, I swear to God, if they don't go, and like it's always that new song too. You know what I mean? Like it's like I swear.
Yo, they better play my song. If they don't play my song, this place sucks.
Yeah, for real. Claudia would be dancing the whole time. We bar hop somewhere else. She'd be like, they ain't fucking play no Kindness, man. This fucking place is trash. Like, bro, you was dancing the whole time. I thought it was your vibe. Well, go ahead. What song is going up? What song you going up to
For
right now?
me right now is Safira. If that song
Hell
goes,
yeah.
that song went off
Bro.
when I was in. My favorite thing, I talked about it on the podcast, was when I was like out the day that album dropped. So the DJ like actually played some of the songs, and like I just did not know how to act. I was like,
Yeah.
I was just
Still waiting to go
coronavirus.
out to hear that song. I'm
Safaritas.
still waiting to go out to hear that song.
Gotta experience it.
I bet,
Every
I
time-
bet.
Every time I think of the
I
song,
feel
I
it in
think of
there.
your TikTok video.
I do too. I do the dance moves.
Exactly.
See, practice, y'all. Practice.
Y'all don't know how many times I did that video.
I do
Something
because you told me.
Like I did that video so many times, and then there's this one video that I did recently that it's with this song that the vibe is like really cool, that I just kept seeing the choreography over and over again. And then one day after the gym, I was just like, I'm gonna try this shit, and then I tried like on my Instagram page. This is kind of good. So then I kept recording it until I got one. But that one I don't think I posted like on my actual page, like on my Instagram page.
Feel it. So,
There was something that I wanted to talk about because I did ask my Instagram followers. Shout out to my Instagram followers.
to y'all.
Hey, gang, gang.
I'm right here.
we're all here. Okay, there's a bunch of followers on there.
And it's just going up.
We're going up.
It's going up.
It's like 13,000.
13,000.
So
13,000?
on what?
On Instagram.
She got 30,000.
Damn.
I don't want to say my number now. You guys made me self-conscious.
You're lucky I left my phone at home.
It's 21.9.
Yeah.
21,000. But that doesn't mean anything. So
22, where you at?
222. So this just in, Walt Disney World has been closed starting March 15th.
March 15th. But guess what?
I have fast
Damn,
passes
bro,
for
that's
Magic
Sunday.
That's on
Kingdom.
Sunday.
Tomorrow isn't March 15th and isn't Saturday.
Bro,
It's
I'm
March
so
15th.
sad because I wanted to do
out
Magic
there.
Kingdom on
Well,
Sunday so
maybe.
bad.
Well, maybe you guys can go to Disney Springs. Is Disney Springs closing?
Oh, I guess that's true.
I
Probably
wanted
still.
to
It's
meet
all
Mickey.
Disney.
Oh, damn.
Oh, she had
You
had
could
fast
meet
pass.
up,
I had a
but you
fast
could
pass
meet.
to meet Mickey.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Look, on the money that we'll save on Sunday, we could go ahead and order Chef's Mickey's.
Oh,
Go
that
over
place is
there.
fire.
Or
and
you
then
can
get-
meet Mickey at a restaurant at one of the resorts
Right.
and
that.
eat breakfast.
Well, maybe if that's
You're
not
They're
welcome.
closed on Monday.
Okay.
I ate
so-
breakfast there once. Pretty fire.
Yeah.
That's a good
Buffet
move.
and everything.
I know. Yeah, we had Splash Mountain, Space Mountain. Yeah.
Oh, you got the mountains.
Yeah, we got the
Yeah,
mountains.
and then I wanted to go on the
What's the
Seven
fast pass?
Dwarfs one.
The fast pass.
You don't know what a fast pass is?
No, I do. I know.
Oh, what the fast pass we
Just
got?
saying we got.
My heart almost
Yeah,
dropped because
while y'all listening
Disney.
to this, I'm gonna
I got
be
it.
on. Well, yeah, we're gonna. Claudia's think this is gonna be. We're gonna be at
That's
Epcot.
dope.
Yeah.
Epcot and the Tower of Terror.
I'm
That's a roller coaster. Yeah, it's
Garden
gonna be-
Festival.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I think I need
Okay.
to start like a Disney story highlight, but whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. So I asked my Instagram followers because I started watching Love is Blind. For those of you that don't know what Love is Blind
Don't
is
do
a
it.
Netflix original.
Okay.
And it's
You watched
basic.
it all?
Have you?
No.
Have you started it?
I watched the first 3 episodes.
So you watched the first 3
Damn.
episodes.
I already know who
I'm
won.
shooketh.
Bitch.
Yeah, I'm up to the weddings right now. So
My
How many
third episode, I don't
episodes?
know.
yeah,
You're out? You liked it or no?
I'm actually surprised I made it this far.
I liked it, but it was too much after the.
I don't like-
Like
I
I
don't
saw
like
too
those
many.
type
Like
of
I got bored
shows.
of it.
Yeah,
I watched
not
it
a fan.
because Chloe Money kept recommending it to me.
of course.
Yeah, she was just like, you gotta watch it, and then she told me about you. And
She didn't like you. right?
yeah,
You
she
like you.
didn't.
Yeah, yeah,
And then, but
Matt told
so
me about
then
you.
Chloe kept telling
And
me,
also
she's like,
Jarrell.
you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it, you
Yeah.
gotta watch it. Jarrell kept saying, you gotta watch
You
it.
gotta watch it.
And then when she kept telling me that, so I ended up watching it, and then so I'm like, dang, now when she tells me to watch something, like I'm gonna actually listen this time
Same with
instead
Jarrell.
of waiting because I waited so long, and then
My bad, dog.
it turns out. So then I end up watching the show or whatever, and so basically what the show is it's a whole bunch of single people. They meet people on the other side. There's like a wall between them, and they're forced to like get to know each other without ever seeing each other, and they're not allowed to see each other until one proposes to the other. Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know that part, Marty?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I saw the preview. I just
Oh, see, I didn't even see the preview. I just went into it blindly.
Like 4 days of talking.
Love
and
is
you marry
blind.
somebody.
Yeah, and then yeah, you're
Apparently.
just like talking, and then like you can't see them until, and then like you're expected to like kiss them, and then it's like you feel weird because it's like I feel like I know you and like everything about you, but like
I never
except
seen
how
you.
never
you
see-
look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen you.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if I don't like how you look? Like that.
That's the thing, bro.
I mean,
well,
man, I'm not-
that goes back to our
Yeah, that goes back.
Yeah.
Okay, so the questions that I asked my story was, do you have a hard time being vulnerable? Because something that I noticed in the show was that it did force you to be vulnerable because you had to like kind of open up because obviously you're trying to build something with this person. So that's something that I did like was that it kind of showed that in order to get to know somebody else, you do have to become vulnerable. And some of the women and even the men were mentioning how they had a problem with that. So I asked if they had a hard time being vulnerable, and 20 people said yes, and 9 people said no. Which I'm not surprised because
We're human.
we're human, and it's like even myself, like with me, like being on the podcast is something that has allowed me to become vulnerable because I feel like through my experiences, I'm allowed to help other people like get better or just like with my experience, like I can help somebody.
Right.
So it like makes me become vulnerable because I have to share parts of my life that it's like,
Like, I don't really
yeah,
want to
like,
share that.
and it's not even
but-
like I don't want to share it. It's just kind of like I kind of have to relive it. I kind of have to like even get deeper. And sometimes when I'm here, like I don't know what I'm going to say. There's time like last week, one of the things that I did that I didn't want to mention was like just dancing with guys. Like I didn't want to come on here and be like, yeah, I was dancing with guys and like
Protecting the brand.
Yeah, like like protecting the brand or just like protecting myself. Like, and it's
Right,
not
yeah.
because it's not anything bad. It's just kind of like
It
I
could
don't
come off
Yeah, it could come
as-
off as
Yeah.
like some whatever. Like
She's a little ratchet out there. We'll
so what? Y'all ain't gonna say nothing to my face though. That's the thing. That's the thing. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing.
But in this,
Hold on, let me not
my
get
bad.
gangster. Okay, so and then so the next question was could you be on a show like Love is Blind? 7 people said yes, 35 people said no. I had a really big number in voting. I was really happy about that.
What was the other one? What did they vote on the other one?
The other one was that they do have a hard time with
Yeah.
vulnerability. Do you guys feel like you have a hard time with vulnerability?
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I will say that even though I have a
Yeah.
hard time being vulnerable, I think that it's something I myself have realized that I would want to improve on.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I'm on the same page with that because I was gonna say I don't think I'm more open to becoming more vulnerable. You know what I mean? And doing things on that
But you're
way.
still vulnerable.
Still vulnerable in a sense, right? Because
Yeah.
yeah. You don't. I feel like it's very hard. It's almost like fear.
It's
You,
like
you never really
trusting.
lose. Yeah, you never really lose that. You know what I mean? Like you can't be just fearless. You know, like so. There's some little vulnerability, but I like tapping into it more and kind of even being more transparent and saying things probably that you wouldn't say or just saying them.
And it
more,
also depends.
just
with
because I feel like
who
it
you're
shows
with.
confidence. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like it shows confidence, and a lot of people don't do that. And as soon as we start realizing that, people you go to the bathroom the same way I do, sometimes you get your underwear dirty like I do too, or whatever, it doesn't matter.
My cousin once told me, he's like, who cares? He's like, LeBron James goes to the bathroom and he poops just like we do. And I was like, damn,
That's true.
any famous person.
A lot of basketball players start saying, or I forgot who it was because I've been watching a lot of interviews on that, but they were saying that like as soon as you kind of slap that out of your mind, you're like, this guy is just a guy.
He believes that goes.
Because you could play LeBron scared, I'm going to give him his space, or I know he likes that jump shot, I'm going to let him have it. Like, nah, man, you got to get up on him and be like, fuck that. I don't care. You're not going to score on me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. And So I think it shows, like, confidence when you're vulnerable.
Yeah. For me, it's, I have a hard time being vulnerable with, like, new people. Because it's kind of like, I don't know you.
Especially at least coming in.
That's something that I need to get better
your
at,
circle
though.
of trust.
Yeah.
As a songwriter, I want to become more vulnerable too, because I feel like that's what people relate to more.
For sure.
This like, dang, that's how I was thinking, but I didn't think that way. I didn't say
yeah,
like
because
that.
there's some artists that they'll come out with songs, and I'm like,
that's me.
Yeah, like.
They're talking about me.
Was this person with me when all of this was happening? Like, there's no way.
No, but it just means that they understand what you're going through, and everybody else that loves that song understands that feeling too.
Right.
What's funny is that we don't remember that. Sometimes we don't remember that we're not the only ones on this earth. Like, I'm not like the only one.
Right.
Like,
there's more world outside of Miami-Dade.
Yeah, and then there's more like there's people who have hurt more than I have, and like you just tend to forget these type of things.
People out there worse.
So the next question was, could you be on a show like Love Is Blind?
No.
And 7 people said yes, and 35 said no.
Yeah.
You guys would
no.
I would do it.
You would do it.
I would do it just to be on the show. Just to give it a shot. I always want to be on the show.
Moment of fame.
Sponsor the brand.
I've
But
applied
do
before
you
on the
think-
shows like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would go like all the way through? Because something that they were saying about one of the girls that went all the way through, like, because she ended up getting to the altar, was that it was because she just wanted fame. She just wanted like her little
I don't know. Matt is a little competitive like that. He's like, oh no, I'm here.
I'm not here. No,
Someone go marry my ass.
I love her.
I love her.
That's tough, man. I don't know.
Can you switch? Can you be like, yo, I ain't feeling shorty. Like, come on.
Well, that's the thing, because the girl has to also pick you. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like a one, like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, like, I want to be with you, and then because she might have another dude that she
had to say yes to you, bro.
Yeah, she gotta say yes to you, and then
like
you
it.
don't know who
Consent-
she's
consent
talking
before
to.
anything.
You don't know who else she's talking to. You don't know who else is like,
So it's like a number. You dial their like number and be like,
No, they can literally hear each
You go from the
other.
other side of the wall.
It's
Imagine
like
there's a wall
a
between us right now. and we
not
talk to each other.
soundproof room.
Pretty much.
Moving on. Do we have another question?
Yeah, so the next question was, when choosing a partner, do you care about physical appearance? 28 people said yes, and 15 people said no.
They lied.
The 15 people?
Yeah.
15 people live.
Let me see, I want to see who said no.
Who said no,
and,
that
and like,
physical-
just, not judge them, but like...
Physical appearance doesn't
Judge
matter.
them.
We're gonna call them out right now.
I'll be like,
What's the hashtag?
so...
All right,
So that boy Albert, that
Fulanita,
motherfucker
1, 2, 3.
That motherfucker lying his ass off right now.
I'm trying to see the numbers.
Remember that conversation we had where you told me that your girlfriend was the prettiest girl and whatever?
That's tough.
Yeah, you lied.
Physical
You
appearance,
lie.
I would say, like, to me, I wouldn't say, like, it matters to me because...
But it is the initial thing.
I'm
like,
attracted to
But
something.
yeah.
Right. But women are very different. Every single woman is different, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's something more like there's a attractive trait that one has that the other one doesn't. You know what I mean? So I can't say, okay, like being an ass man, I can't say like, okay, I'm looking for girls with asses. You know what I mean? Because then I could see a girl with no asses and be like, damn, that girl's sexy. You know, she's pretty.
Right.
She's beautiful. You know what I mean? And like, she could just be, you know, regular, I guess you could say, or have bigger tits than an ass or whatever like that. So I don't know. I don't like cling to those. I don't cling to like traits and like.
Well,
and
I'll tell you
shit.
what it is. I think that everybody has traits that their significant other must have, and then there's a lot of the ones that you can kind of play with in the middle, and then there's like certain attributes that they just, if they have it, it's like, nah, I can't. And it's same thing goes with like values, but I know we're talking about physical appearance here, so
Yeah.
That's a whole other podcast.
And then so I also asked, like, what would be the first question that you would ask the person on the other side? Because a lot of people, like...
Matt, let's hear it. What would you say on the other side?
About what?
What would you ask
ask
the
on the
girl,
wall.
like the first question?
The first question. Yes,
You're on the show right now. What do
you marry me?
Yo,
I
I'm
want
trying
to
to
see your
win.
face.
Yeah, you trying to win this
I'm trying to win.
money?
I'm trying to win money.
So
I'm in it to win it, baby.
The first question I asked. Where you from?
Okay.
Where you
respectable. I like it.
I gotta see your Hispanic.
Yeah, it's testing the
I gotta
waters.
see- I
It's
gotta
like
test
putting
the
your feet in the water. Yeah,
Yeah, there's many ways to play a game.
So some of the questions that we got was, what made you come on this ridiculous ass show? Do you believe in the universe? What's your family like? Who have you met? What would you say are your top 3 values? Coming in hot from Mighty Sunshine.
Oh, the values. I see. Mine
Yo,
likes
but
the values.
thing is that that's something that's very important.
She's
that
a
she'll tell
evaluator.
you. She'll tell you
Well,
from
yeah.
because she did that with her husband.
Yeah. When I mean,
Look
like
how they
when
turned out.
yeah, when I
Exactly.
met
Married.
Christian,
Married.
we talked about like we talked about 10 values, and it's funny because they actually make you do this when you do the marriage license.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I didn't know that, but I knew it from before, and I did it with him from before because I wanted to know what was important to him. So you get 10 values, you both get the same, and you order them in order of importance from 1 through 10. And then if I think it's 2 out of your top 3 align, then you're basically like, you're good.
Compatible?
Yeah,
that makes
compatible
sense.
to a certain point.
So what's like just for our listeners, what and for a friend, for myself, what's about what evaluates, or like what do you evaluate?
Like, what are some of the values
Right.
that you would
But what makes it,
categorize?
what can you standardize, or like, what kind of standard makes a value? You know what I mean? Because you can't say, what's a value? Give us an example. For a value.
Okay, so I mean, like, you know,
I
like, do you
forget the
value
word.
your family? Do you value
Okay.
your health? Do you value
Eating popcorn every Thursday.
no,
That's a little-
that's
specific.
very specific.
Oh, my bad.
You got to be a little more vague.
Okay.
Yeah, more broad, so that it's
That's what
just
because I'm thinking about goal setting, right? I'm thinking about goal setting.
Yeah.
You got to be smart. You got to have specific, measurable.
Right.
You know, like things like that. So
do you
achievable.
value spirituality?
Right. Okay.
Do you
friendship? Do you
Yeah.
value? Do you value
Honestly.
Honesty.
or like, you know, like outgoing, like
All right, y'all.
yeah, all those are just some things, but I know that there's like a list of 10 that it's like the most basic things, and then you kind of order
Like
you know.
respect could be one, right? Or no? You
Yeah,
value respect.
yeah. I really want to look it up, but I don't have my phone. Here, I'll
So-
look it up.
So as Monty looks that up, I wanted to.
Can she use your phone real
Okay.
quick?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, so the other things was name 3 things you love, and the person said if they don't mention their name, I'm out. So it's basically like loving yourself. And the other one was, what have you learned and how have you grown from previous relationships? All very good questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty solid.
That question made you feel some type of way.
Nah. I'm a relationship guy, that's why. I've been
Oh.
in 3 relationships.
Oh yeah, we do want to talk about that. We relationship guys over here, man, and we ain't no perros.
Can we get some air horns for the relationship dudes?
For the relationship guys, the loyal ones, the real ones, the ones that
That's
stay
important.
down.
What has been your longest relationship?
4 years.
Same.
All of high school.
All of high
You
school?
just gotta
Yeah.
scroll, but kind of like
Damn.
that.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So love, commitment, sexual faithfulness.
Yeah, that's actually important though, because
Humility,
like how
patience,
important is it
forgiveness.
for your significant other to want to have
Time,
intimacy?
trust, and honesty. Talk about it. Communication, very important.
Key, bro.
Selfishness. Okay, throughout this never shows up, and then serves more marriages are broken up. Selfishness, another reason. Okay, there you go.
I didn't hear what you said.
y'all trying to get cuffed.
They just
Oh, yeah.
said that their relationship
Ladies,
guys.
yeah. We out here trying to get franchise players.
We're
All
learning.
right.
Yeah,
Franchise
we're
players.
taking
Look,
notes.
love is
Taking
not
notes.
blind over here. You
Look.
guys have them in the camera. Check them out on
Yeah.
YouTube. The Ambition Hour podcast.
Facts, yeah.
And the last question that I asked, because this was a situation, one of the relationships within the show, was, could you date someone who dated both genders? And 18 people said yes, and 35 people said no. So basically, in the situation in the show, one of the guys that was there, he had previously dated both men and women. So he felt like that was something that he was very not ashamed of, but people have like thrown it at his face. They have said mean things to him. It's been an insecurity of his. And so he always felt like he couldn't tell the girl or his significant other, that's what he used to do before. And so that was kind of like their like conflict, I guess you can say, because like each couple had like a thing, and so that was theirs. And then so he proposed to her. He never told her that he used to date men before, and so he ends up bringing it up to her, and she's kind of like, yo, like, I'm engaged to you.
I'm out.
Yeah. No, the thing with her was that she was trying to talk to him, but he got so defensive to the point that it was just kind of like, because he popped off so nasty that he even talked about her wig. Like,
but I, you know, coming from somebody who's like been through something similar, I want to say, I think
now he potted
for real.
Yeah, I think that there are certain things you have to tell somebody, like,
from the get, or not from the get.
maybe not from the get, but like once you realize that this is not just like some relationship, that it can escalate to something else.
Like, we 3 months in.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's timing is different, but sure. But these are just things that you have to like talk about.
Yeah.
It just depends. It depends on the.
I feel like once you're in a relationship and you guys have already established it, or I feel like it's
you're
also
serious.
Yeah, or I feel exactly, because the thing is that some of these people, they're not doing what they're doing to get serious.
Right.
So that's the thing too, is that like for me, like, I would want honesty from the beginning. Number one, because I would want my partner to be comfortable with telling me anything from the beginning, because I'm at the point in my life where I just want a relationship. Like, I don't want something.
But I can see how the guy is also embarrassed about it. And so that feeling of embarrassment is what causes the person to not want to say it to the other person.
But that's because society has made it in people's brains that that women can like have sex and date women and that it's sexy, but then when men do it, they're gay. So then that's something that I did notice.
Right, but that's not the girl's fault. Right. That society did that.
Yeah, and I also think that, I don't know if I'm just having an epiphany right now during this episode, but what gives you shame is the only shame, because you give it to yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, you make yourself feel that way. You make
yourself feel ashamed, or da pena. You know what I mean? Like, it's only you. True. Yeah. It's no one else. You know what I mean? Like, I could be smoking my
controlling your
smoking
emotions.
my shit, and then I'm like, dang, look at Mari and probably not smoking, whatever, let's just say, and like, damn, am I smoking too much? Like, man, maybe I need to calm down. You know what I mean? Or like, shit, man, like, man, I probably think I'm a weed head or whatever like that.
Meanwhile.
But then but yeah, like, whatever makes you shamed, shy. If you feel that and you have to and you want to really look yourself in and either address it and be like, damn, that was some fucked up shit, because sometimes we do some fucked up shit. Like, let's be honest, sometimes we do some shit and we're like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. But that's what it goes back to my other point of, like, when you do something for the first time, it's a little tough to kind of make that decision then and there, that split second. But
either way, I think you should always tell the person, if it's something like very serious that you know is going to cause a problem or could cause a problem.
Yeah,
just
say it. Done it before.
Right.
Yeah, and if the person truly loves you, like, it shouldn't matter.
And you shouldn't put society's judgment on what you guys have to get. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make it seem like, oh, everybody else in the outside world is ashamed of this. But if I tell you, now I have to be ashamed about it, I guess. Because then that's probably what made him erupt, Like, it kind of get defensive about it. I can see how that happens, but it also comes from either a sense of pride or an ego thing, that's kind of like, fuck, I don't want, like.
And the embarrassment.
And the embarrassment, yeah. That's probably
like
the most
important.
Worst, That's probably the most important out of before those other two. But yeah, like, because we talked about it, and I don't know how I would react if I'm with a girl, but I guess now, this could be like trying to be grown up and mature about it, but like, I'll kind of be like, okay, because this is like in the past, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't like really hold it too much against her. And again, I guess it's like, how you're saying the whole girl thing is different than the guy thing. But I think also a girl shouldn't be like that either. You know what I mean? Because it's a different world.
My thing too is because sometimes like, especially people in the LGBTQ community, what happens is that, like, you grow up and you date a boy, and then eventually you figure out that you're actually a lesbian.
All right.
And
then, that's a big fact.
You know what I mean? Or it's the opposite. It's like, I've dated this, and then I decided that I don't want to date that anymore, at all. Or I just decided that I want to date both. So, where was I getting at with that? But yeah, I guess I was just trying to bring light to that, because I do notice that it's something that I've also seen on social media, that women, like, they they like anything that is remotely something that is gay, like they automatically just put the stigma on a man that it's gay.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, that's not fair, because like he's not judging what you were doing, you know, with the 5 other dudes that
Which
you
goes
were with.
to what you said, you know, like guy on guy, why is that gay versus girl on girl, and
is
that's
like sexy. It's
sexy.
just like, ooh. Because something that I noticed, and I'm not outing anybody with this, but pretty much something what I noticed on the people that said yes, that they would, some of them were lesbians already in committed relationships for a very long time, so they value love.
Right.
So they see, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I would love this person anyway. And men. So it was lesbians, men, and married, and women that were, like, in committed relationships.
Okay.
That said yes. And then the no was like everybody else. Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't know. I guess probably that whole thing also has to do because women don't find it sexy either. It's not probably. I don't want to put it's probably 50%, but also probably 50% because also like you don't find that ladies don't find that attractive either. I guess maybe you don't find like guy on guy. Maybe you guys don't find girl on girl attractive, but like for us it's different.
Well,
like we
if
find
you ask me, do I like, if I had to pick guy on guy or girl on girl, I'd pick girl on girl. And if you told me like, you know, like go to a porn site and pick a video between guy on guy and girl, I'd probably pick the girl on girl one.
So
like, and I'm not like
you with her on that one, Matt?
you know, like,
What
and
side
I'm
you
not
use,
I'm not a lesbian, you know, like I love my husband.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that's my point too, because like, yeah, like who's really checking for the guy on guy
But,
shit? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, you know, like
The
so.
guys
so
that like
I
guys.
guess it's
Guys,
better to
guys.
see 2
No.
titties than 2 balls.
Actually, I know this girl who has a
I agree.
podcast that she actually she likes gay porn, and she also likes
Interesting.
she likes trans porn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And that's our episode, guys.
What did you say?
That's a wrap.
I have a friend that's gay. And we like super close to me, super cool dude. He watches straight porn. He doesn't watch
Interesting.
guy and guy. Doesn't watch guy and guy. He watches straight porn.
Interesting.
He'd rather see the girl
That's
too.
so cool.
Yeah.
See, you never know.
Weird.
It is. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat.
Whatever tickles your pickle.
Literally.
Literally.
Literally. It's been one of those episodes. Did anybody have anything else to say before we wrap up? Thank you to everybody who voted. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
and thank you to everybody that's still here with us.
I want to say thank you for inviting me to this
Oh,
podcast.
yay, of course.
Appreciate it. That's pretty much. Appreciate everybody here.
Of course.
Thank you, man.
How do you
Come
feel
back.
being on the podcast?
For the first time ever in my whole life, I think I did pretty good.
You
did
did awesome.
great, man.
But
G
of course, nerves always comes first. But
Yeah.
since I have that confidence in myself, I knew I was gonna do great.
That
Good
is.
stuff.
That's the key to everything, man. Confidence. You just gotta do things with
Confidence
purpose.
and a little
I
confidence.
just go with the flu. I go with the flow, not
Go
flu.
with the flow.
No.
You don't go with the flu? Okay,
Oh, I
mess
know
around,
what
catch
you're
that
gonna
wrong.
talk about.
To close it up. Okay, so last week me and Mari went to this spiritual event with our pastor Sarah Jake Roberts, and it was amazing.
Yes, it was. Shout out to her.
For real.
She was the bomb.
It was such a great experience. And it was cool because she had a therapist there that basically ties in like therapy with like
Religion.
with religion.
The Bible.
With the Bible, and like kind of helps you in both ways. And I think that's amazing because I'm always trying to make my relationship with God better and the relationship with myself better. So that's, 2 for 1 type of thing.
For sure.
We got to see a lot of women go through a lot of breakthroughs.
Yep.
Which was pretty intense.
It was.
I experienced a breakthrough. I felt amazing after leaving. I
did
felt lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You kind of come out of those events, I feel, well,
Yeah.
at least speaking about Tony Robbins and I went to Landmark, you kind of feel, a little lighter. You feel just enlightened, I think is the better way too.
Yeah, like you have a clear view.
Right.
A clearer view.
Yeah, clearer view. Yeah, you don't see so many smoking mirrors anymore. You see like, oh shit.
Yeah,
see
I feel
it
like
on.
ever since that day, like shit just changed. Like I felt like coming home after that event. Like I remember coming home and just feeling like a sense of energy and that's what's the word urgency to kind of like just go and get it and
Yeah.
like just be like no fear and because that's something that also holds us back as well. So for those of you who are listening and don't have to work or like anything like that, use this time to like start what it is that you wanted to start. If you wanted to write songs, if you wanted to
Start a podcast.
start a podcast, if you wanted to get more content for your YouTube page, start the website that you've been wanting to start, learn an instrument, read a book, whatever. Like if you're not, because there's some places that are closing down.
Yep.
My job hasn't gone through that. You said not yet.
Not yet, but they've been asking about the whole remote laptop stuff.
Yeah,
so.
they just gotta pay us. Well, I'll do what you need, but you gotta pay me.
Or pay me no, never mind.
And then I know that with your job, because you work at the Marlins
I
Stadium.
work with the Marlins, so
yeah.
now the first 2 weeks are closed. I don't know what's going on. Still waiting on my manager, my boss, to see.
I mean,
Next
supposedly
steps.
Spring training.
the politics, I don't know, something I've been watching like online, and they've been saying that if, you know, hourly wages, people who work hourly wages, I guess like yourself or like maybe a retailer, that they're supposed to pay 2 weeks. So
We'll
at least.
We'll see.
You're already here. If not, Mighty for president.
Definitely not.
But she gonna be a mean lawyer.
Get it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so like I said, just go for what it is that you want with no fears. Remember, you're not gonna see those people again.
Exactly. Never gonna see him ever again. Think about it.
And honestly, like if all of us can do this podcast and have a great time, and this is the 111th episode, like anything, yeah, anything, and literally anything is possible. Cause listen, times were rough before this podcast. Thank you to everybody who tuned in on WTW TV, on WTW Radio. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff.
Motherfucking dub, ho.
And for the 111th time in a motherfucking row, it's your girl, Claudia Renee, on your airwaves. And we are out of here. Boom. Dang, I think when I did the gunshot, the screen went away.
I think so too.